Hello everyone, welcome to profitrealestate.com.au. Thank you for watching our videos, and today I'm here with the expert builder developer John Williams, who's been a builder for the last 35 years and been developing and been helping a lot of clients, and he's been helping myself and has been mentoring me as well in a lot of technical areas, and which I have grown out to basically moved on being an accountant from that to becoming a builder developer into the build industry, where there's a lot of money to be made. So today we've expanding further from the previous videos what we have done. Today we will be discussing is building apartments. So building how to make money from property, so which is building apartments, and we've spoken about in the previous one of the previous videos in regards to combining two properties, adjoining properties together, and building maybe 5 units instead of 2 units in each. And today what I will be asking John is in regards to building apartments, and he's been doing a lot of number crunching into a couple of the projects what we are working on right now, and certainly we can show you strategies, and we can show you the path into how you could make money off apartments as well. So let's get back to John. And hello John, how are you?
Hi Asher, thank you for having me and welcome aboard. Let's hope we can get a few things to you today. And basically we're moving from a 5-unit site where we've joined 2 sites together of about 650 square meters each, so we wind up with a site of about 1,300 square meters. So if we've got a similar site close to a shopping center or a university, train station, or any other services that the councils like to have apartments close to, so that we could get the town planning, well, that's definitely a better return from a site like that, because you could get about 20 apartments at an average rather than 5 townhouses. So obviously there's only one big site like that, and you've got 20 units there, which is very profitable. Sure, it does take a little longer to do your town planning and your building construction. You need engineering, you need hydraulics, you need quite a few things to support something like that, but it's worthwhile in the end.
Yeah, financially it's certainly worthwhile. So
Yeah.
that is excellent, John. So in regards to what area should somebody, if they're looking, let's say, because we live in Melbourne, and what kind of area should someone be looking at if they want to be building apartments, or if they want to be concentrating on that?
Look, for a really good return, you've got to work on a site somewhere from, say, Mulgrave all the way up to Baldwin, or down the coast from, say, Edith Vale almost up to Brighton. Brighton's quite pricey. It's also hard to get permits there because of the culture there. They don't like too many apartments in Brighton. But these sort of areas are really good, you know, in Melbourne. And really, I think the target market's somewhere around the $2 million for a site. So your build cost could be about 4.5, 5 million, maybe 6 million, depending on how good you want to build. And your figures could be up around the gross realization value, somewhere around 10 to 12 to 13 million, or a bit more, depending on where you're positioned.
And John, you were mentioning a couple of your clients, and which they have worked with apartments. They've kept a couple of them as instead of, like, you know, cashing out on them, you know, they've kept few properties for themselves. Is that?
Well, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're developing it, you know, obviously you're getting your apartments at wholesale. So if you've got a builder doing it for you, you probably manage to keep out of 20, you probably keep about 5 or 6 for yourself. And then when you do the next project, you keep another 5 or 6 for yourself. So you're building a wholesale property portfolio for yourself there.
Absolutely. So that is an excellent idea behind it, because I know another fellow colleague of mine who actually did a project recently, and then that was not an apartment complex, but it was a townhouse development, where in his scenario he built 5 and then kept 2 for himself. So where all his profit was basically trapped up in those 2 units, and then which is generating a passive sort of a rental income for him on over the long periods of time. And then since he has already built it, he got it at the builder's margin, and then if today's valuations are taken, so it's been like a year and a half since the completion of the project. So today's valuations of properties would have certainly grown up, and then they could use that equity, right, John?
Absolutely. If they do want to have another project on the go, they can, draw some of that equity and put cash in and go to the next project. The good thing about apartments is they're low maintenance compared to a house. There's no garden and all those sort of things to keep maintenance on. Also, it's harder to keep pets inside apartments, because it won't be popular with the neighbors in the apartment. So, it's got a lot of benefits to it, and basically it's close to a lot of services, maybe universities, as I said earlier, and train stations. So
absolutely,
rental is pretty good on that.
Yeah, look for the walkability score. So basically, how far you could walk from that apartment or proposed apartment complex. How far is the station? How far are the shops? How far are the main highways and everything like that? So depending on all that, your rental market will certainly go up. Like if you build 20 units and then if you just sold 10 or 12 out of those and you kept 8 for yourself, so that could become your retirement plan. So that could basically should generate you till you die and then even after. So that's the advantage of you holding on to property as well, because certainly there's money to be made by flipping as well as renovations, by building and developing and everything. But on top of all that, if you can hold on to few properties, few stock, isn't that right, John?
Absolutely.
And that's where you could start generating income for yourself.
To the security in apartments, security is very good, because if you're an elderly couple and the kids have left home, it's a good place to be, because it's a gated community. You swipe a card to come in, you drive through and the gate closes behind you. So if you have visitors, they have to push the button relative to your apartment, and they can communicate with you directly to tell you who they are and what their business is. And if you don't want to let them up, you don't have to let them up.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
just remain at the gate and they don't come in. So you've got really good security there.
Yeah, that's a big plus point when it comes to a lot of people managing, like taking apartments, right,
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Because if it is just a house, you couldn't. Especially if you are coming retirement, or basically you are traveling internationally very often, you could lock up and go, and then there's the possibility of it could be broken up easily. But in a scenario where it's an apartment, then it's going to be
that point is very valid.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So excellent. So thank you so much. And do we need to add
Yeah, look,
anything else?
just another thing I want to add in there is that with us, we prefer to actually acquire a site that's a little bit bigger than most sites that hold apartments, purely because we actually like to have a bit of a garden or a restroom, a sort of a downstairs, maybe a caretaker's room there, so all these things need a little bit more room, and we prefer to have a slightly bigger site to accommodate an apartment, and things are not really tight there.
Very good, John. Thank you so much, John, for coming in and sharing your invaluable knowledge and helping people out with these technologies and basically how to make money from property. And so that's it for today's lesson. Basically, that's in regards to building apartments, how to make money from property, building apartments. So this part, and I hope you will subscribe to this channel, and please do give us a thumbs up, as well as do subscribe to our newsletter. Visit our website profitrealestate.com.au. we have a lot of valuable content in there. We have everything, and we'll keep you posted on all the upcoming videos, upcoming webinars, and then we have free magazines and free content and a lot of valuable tools for you to grow your property business. And thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next video.
Thank you, Asha, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
10 times the knowledge, 10 times the wisdom, 10 times the tools. Do you want to profit from real property developments? Visit profitrealestate.com.au. Hit the subscribe button now.